background. I was painfully shy, and I had not a lot of confidence in myself. And there were a lot of reasons for that. One of the reasons was I had somehow convinced myself that I was the dumbest kid in my elementary class. And that was mainly because one of my teachers at that time noticed that I wasn't really grasping what was going on in the class, and so she called my mom and recommended that I see a doctor to get my hearing checked. Well, it turns out I just loved to daydream during her classes, and so I really just needed help to learn to focus. I've come a long way since then, but I'm always shocked at the profound effect that our past has on our present. I'm still unlearning how to be shy, fearful, and pessimistic, and that's part of why I came to Toastmasters. And maybe that's part of why some of us are here as well. So for those of you who can relate to this part of the story so far, let me tell you what I've learned. The truth is, there's no need for us to hide or try and blend in with the background, because each one of us deserves a closer look. Second of all, there are my beliefs or my principles. Much of what I believe about the kind of person that I want to strive to become has been shaped by my university friends who also went to the same church. And what strikes me about my friends is that they really believed in living a life of love as a lifestyle. And for them, that could be something as simple as putting away the headphones and the technology and just striking up a conversation with a stranger on the bus. For some of them, it meant actually moving out of university and into the Jane and Finch neighborhood so that at-risk youth could just have access to another good role model. And it could also mean for them visiting homeless shelters, not to give out food or money, but to give out our time and meaningful conversations to build relationships in an environment that was very negative and hostile. What I learned from my friends is that changing the world often begins with simply us beginning to learn to love others. And sometimes, in order to love others, we need to kind of go against the grain and do things we're not accustomed to and get up close and personal with people. Last but not least, there are my true desires or my passions. It's been said that success requires heart and soul effort, and you can only put your heart and soul into what you really desire. And sometimes we can fool ourselves into thinking that we want something when we really don't. For example, when I was in university, I studied art history. And naturally, people would come up to me and they would ask me, oh, so does that mean you want to travel to Europe or you want to work at an art gallery? And to my surprise, my internal response was always a resounding, no, that's really not what I want to do. I still think art history is interesting, but that's really not what I want, where I want to go. And the truth was, I still didn't know what my true passion was. So as I was kind of looking for what that would be, at first I looked to my university friends for inspiration. And I thought that if I just did exactly the same things that they did and repeated the trends that they set, then I'd be really doing what I want to be doing. So last year I decided to run an after-school program for at-risk youth in the Jane and Finch community, and I had my own team of volunteers and everything. But even before the end of my year-long commitment, I was ready to throw in the towel. Even though I believed in the impact of what I was doing and what I was doing with these kids, I just had to eventually come to terms with the fact that I'd been kidding myself. This type of position was a poor fit to my personality and the way that I like to work. Fortunately for me, that experience helped me to confirm what my true passion was, which is for counseling. And I learned a valuable lesson that year, which was not doing what you want at the deepest level paves the way for mediocrity. So as I said, Probably one of the hardest lessons I've had to learn, and am still learning, is that in life there is absolutely no substitute to being yourself. In other words, living according to how you were wired, what you believe in, and what you deeply desire to do. So I hope that what I've shared about myself tonight would encourage you to let your true self speak in every conversation and every presentation that you make at Toastmasters. Thank you.